as you can see from right behind me, that gives you a hint at what I'm working on right now. I'm doing insulation, which is crazy to me because pretty soon I'm going to be putting walls and a ceiling in. Like, that blows my mind. Like, I'm going to do, after I do this insulation, which I've gotten a pretty good amount done. Here, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I don't want to fall out of the back of my van though. Alright, so I have this entire top row except for this little spot right here. I have these 3 panels right here. I need to get down below. I don't want to deal with the curb though. That's going to be so annoying. I have this upper one over here partially done. I have this entire upper one done except for right in that end spot. And then I just put in this panel, which is kind of awkwardly shaped, which is why there's like a bunch hanging off. But that's what I'm working on now. I've been working on it. This is day 2. I've only had I had an hour to work on it yesterday. And I have some time today, but I think it's going to be raining soon. And I need like ventilation because I'm using this 3M spray adhesive to adhere it to the walls. And it needs ventilation. It stinks. I just both my front 2 windows, passenger windows are open, and then I have my back doors open for ventilation, but I'm still jumping out every time I spray because it needs to sit for like a minute to 2 minutes, and then you add a second layer and then let that sit for a minute or 2, and then you can put on the insulation. But while I'm waiting, I jump out because it is so, it stinks so bad, not fun. So I'm gonna need my back doors open, and I don't want it open if it's raining because I don't want to ruin my subfloor. And I think it's gonna rain any minute, so I've worked on it for about an hour today. I think this is just gonna be a slower project, but that's completely fine. But back to what I was saying. Oh wait, first I'm gonna show you the insulation. So I got it from a small business. I'll link it down below if you're interested in looking for it. It's from a small business online, and I ordered 2 30-foot by 5-foot rolls. On their website they say about how much you need for each type of van. It's kind of like a van building / RV small business website type thing. And so for all the different vans they say the recommended amount you need to get. So I got 2 30-foot by 5-foot rolls for my 159-inch Ram ProMaster non-extended. It's the normal one. Anyway, so it is, as you can see, it's like a fluffy white insulation. It is like this thin cloth material. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a thin cloth material that basically holds it together. It's not very thick, so it's really good for vans, and it's super lightweight. It comes in this gigantic roll, and I just have it laid out, and I'm cutting it as strategically as possible. For it to work optimally, you want as big pieces as you possibly can. You don't want to connect a whole bunch of small little ones together. So that is why I'm doing each panel individually, because we're using these for wiring, and so I'm probably going to either use spray foam, or mine might not even, we're just going to have to figure out something for these little beams and stuff, because that's what we're running a lot of the wiring through. And so plus it's kind of hard to do the spray and then insulate it. It's kind of weird, so we might use spray foam or something like that inside those. I'm also going to be waiting on the ceiling until I put in my solar panels, because I'm going to need to cut a hole in the roof. I could probably honestly do a few of the front ones, but just, yeah, I'm focusing on the walls right now. So yeah, and then like I have like a bunch of like little loose edges that we're just gonna cut off if we don't need it, or we'll put this right here. But like we're using these to apply like wooden beams and for wiring. So yeah, I think that's all I was gonna say for the insulation. Oh, I remember, back to what I was saying before I showed you the insulation and everything. So I'm working on insulation right now. Anyway, up next, kind of the next few projects I'm going to be working on, which is going to be one of the most insane ones. First, I have to do a lot of pre-wiring and kind of setting that up because it's going in front of my insulation or in some of the beams. So if anything were ever to happen, I'd still be able to access it. I was originally going to be doing spray foam insulation, but I really, really wanted to be able to access my wiring in case anything ever were to go wrong. If you do spray foam, that's in there for life. You're not going to be able to access it. You're just going to have to deal with a broken switch or a plug-in that doesn't work or something like that. So using this insulation, I'm able to access all my wiring. They were also, if you're confused on why, like I originally was going to do spray foam and now I'm doing this. This is about the same price as spray foam because you have to buy like the big kits and then like the spray foam gun and all of that. So this ended up being about the same price. After we do the insulation pre-wiring in front of it or through the beams, so I'm able to access it, I just have to take off my walls or my ceiling or whatever. And then after I do pre-wiring, I'm gonna be doing like ceiling and walls. That is insane to me. I think that, like, even doing the insulation, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm actually doing a van build. This is crazy. But I feel like it still hasn't fully hit me. But just thinking about doing ceilings and walls, I like freak out. I get so excited. I'm like, I'm actually building a van. I'm so hyped up even talking about it right now. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like completely normal that I'm doing this, and it hasn't really hit me that I have bought a van and I'm doing a van build to potentially to live in it someday. Like that hasn't fully hit me yet. Like, I'm obviously excited and happy and thankful for it, but it hasn't fully hit me. I think once the walls and the ceiling are in, I think that's when it's really gonna like hit me, because it's gonna feel like an actual like home or a shell of a home, and that's just insane to me. So yeah, pre-wiring and then walls and ceiling. And then by the time that happens, it might start getting too cold out to work on the van. I live in Wisconsin. I live in the Midwest. So like end of December through like mid-March, I'm probably not going to really be able to do anything, because you do not want to like do building stuff or build stuff when it's that cold, because once it warms up, everything is going to warp, snap. It's not going to be pretty when it warms up. But I'm going to be trying to work on this as long as I possibly can for. And then once I have to take that break, because there's snow, ice, it's below zero every single day for months on end, that's when I'm really going to focus on working, making money, to then, once it starts warming up again, I can jump right back into the build and just keep going full speed ahead. So yeah, this is so exciting. I think I might be done for the day. I think it's pretty dark to the west, so I think it's gonna start raining soon, so I think I'm gonna clean up and head in for the day. I also have work in a couple hours. Don't want to talk about it. But yeah, very exciting stuff. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go clean up, and I'll see you guys later, probably in a couple days, a day or two, next week. I don't know. The van build has been like kind of weird, where I'll literally work on it for like 2 weeks straight, and then I'll take like a month off, and then like I'll work on it for a couple days, and then I'll take a day or two off, and it's like very sporadic when I'm working on it and buying things. So yeah, anyway, yes, thank you guys for listening to me ramble on and on about nothing. Hey guys, so ignore my face. I just woke up a little bit ago, but I realized I never like did an update on the insulation, and I actually finished it 2 days ago now, and well, for the time being, obviously like my ceiling does not have any insulation on it, and it will. I just have to do pre-wiring before I put insulation on my ceiling. What? Oh yeah, I finished the walls, and first I'll show you the walls. Okay, so I can already, maybe it's just like my brain messing with me, like knowing I did all this hard work, me wanting to like know that the money I spent on the insulation was worth it, and just me thinking that it's working, but I think it is helping somewhat, at least. I mean, obviously it's like not gonna work completely because my ceiling isn't like done at all. I have this door and my back 2 doors uninsulated still, but I have this first wall, this smaller one. Let me get a good angle. Oh, I almost just died. Here, I'm gonna have to, I really need to get a wide angle lens. And then I've been filling these in. These go like probably 7-8 inches down, so I'm like filling them with spray foam because that's the easiest. I also went around this part with a little bit of spray foam. Yeah, and then that's full too. And then I have my big main wall. Ta-da! I'm so proud of this. Ooh. So proud of it. It turned out very well. Very proud. I did it all myself, which I'm very happy about. This is like one of the main things besides the sound deadening. This is one of the like first major things that I've done by myself. Very exciting. Anyway, but first major project I've done by myself. Turned out amazing. So proud. If you guys are wondering why like these aren't filled in, this isn't filled in, like this part, it is because we have to do pre-wiring and we're running the wires through all of these, and so we haven't insulated these yet, and I'm guessing that some of them won't even get insulated. We'll see which ones we use and which ones we don't, but I think I want to put spray foam in the ones that aren't used, or maybe try and do a layer or 2 on the ones that even are used. And then, like I said, we're waiting to do the ceiling until I install like my solar panels and do the pre-wiring, because we're running wires through these and stuff like that. We might run some like underneath these beams. There's like little spaces, and we just want the wiring to be as secure as possible and kind of be tucked away nice and organized. So yeah, but very proud. Like obviously I'm like so excited. This is insane that I have my van and like I'm working on it, and like every once in a while I'll just be like, dang, I am like working on a van. I've been like planning and thinking about this for like 3 years now, and I'm actually doing it, and it just like hits me at random points. Like I haven't like had a major point where I just like freak out, and like in a good way, that like I have my van, I'm building it out. But I think as soon as I get the walls and ceiling in, that's when it's gonna hit, because then after that I get to install my bed, put in upper cabinets, kitchen cabinets, my little bench over here, all of that stuff. That's just insane. That's insane. I'm just so excited. Okay. Anyway, that is my insulation update. Very exciting. Super glad on the progress. Like I said, I think it is helping a little bit already, and don't even have the ceiling done. Very good sign because I spent a lot of money on it. But yeah, that's where we're at with the insulation right now. Gonna be doing some pre-wiring next before we insulate the ceiling. So yeah, super exciting.